Hi, this is Kim. Welcome to my channel, Dorothy's Daughter. I upload videos every Tuesday and Friday. Today, being Tuesday, is a day of sew and tell or chit chat, inspiration, you name it. It's the day that I share my fabric hauls, my pattern reviews, my just general things I love in the sewing world. And that's what Tuesday is. And then on Fridays, we have Friday Sewing School. Friday Sewing School is about starting from the basics and going up. So we are on our fourth lesson this week. So tune in on Friday if you want to catch up. You can follow, there is a playlist in under the channel. There's a playlist that says Friday Sewing School. Feel free to do that at any time. And as always, if you have questions, please feel free to email me. My email is down below in the description as well, but it is dorothy'sdaughter1957@gmail.com. All right, so I wanted to start off with a small fabric haul. This is from Fashion Fabrics Club and also Hobby Lobby. Do you ever feel guilty about buying too much fabric? Because sometimes I do, especially when I, hear all about the Marie Kondo and all that stuff. But I love it, so I guess it isn't breaking those rules because you keep what you love, right? But anyway, sometimes I feel guilty about that. And I was reminded of a scripture in Proverbs 31, where it talks about all the qualities of a noble woman, a noble wife. And in verse 22, it says, she makes coverings for herself. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. So doesn't sound like she spared much expense in what she used to create her clothing. So I'm going to take that as a yay, God, and enjoy the creativity that He's given me in sewing. So with that, I placed an order from Fashion Fabrics Club. It just simply said active wear, and I wasn't really sure what I was getting, but I knew it was going to be a nice knit. I'm not entirely sure. When I ordered it, I had in mind that I was going to do a jumpsuit, but now I don't know. So we'll see. Anyway, I ordered 3 yards of this. It was $2.78 a yard, so it was pretty inexpensive. The quality is amazing, and it's shiny on the right side, but matte on the wrong side. Almost like the wrong side better. Tell me below what you think, but I actually was thinking about making a Sally jumpsuit out of this. I think gray might be a nice change from just a black one. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Shiny or matte? I kind of think the matte would be a little more understated and fit the kind of events that I go to more often. I think the shiny would be awesome if you went like to a club or dancing or something like that. And then I got some black of the same thing, only the black is matte on both sides. So this is also great swimwear fabric. So I may use this as the shiny side for a bathing suit. I think would be really awesome. So I might do that. So whichever one I don't use for a jumpsuit, I'll use for a bathing suit or bathing suit bottoms out of black. Haven't decided yet. But this is more of a matte finish. It's sort of a medium weight, so it's got some, it's got some oomph to it, but so I think it would fall really nicely. I mean, it's kind of, let me see, it's kind of drapable. Not as much as if it were like a thin jersey, but I don't know. I think it might be a really nice jumpsuit. So let me know what you think. Matte black, matte gray, or shiny gray? Which one should be my jumpsuit? You tell me. We'll see what everybody thinks. All right, then the other haul I have is from Hobby Lobby. I was blessed by my husband with a gift certificate to Hobby Lobby for Mother's Day. So I went over and kind of checked out their clearance rack. This piece was not on the clearance rack. This is I think a cotton lycra. It's a really nice knit. I'm not sure what top I'm going to make out of this, but it will be a top. I purchased 2 yards of that. And this was on the clearance rack for $3 a yard. This is a cotton, just like a quilter type cotton. I love the checks. This probably later today will be cut out into a Kalle shirt. I keep saying I'm going to make a Kalle shirt, and this time I really am. I'm going to do view B, which is the tunic, and I think this will be really pretty. I also cut out a pair of white twill Duet trousers in crop to length. So I think that with this will be a really nice outfit. Maybe for Memorial Day. I'm not sure what we're doing yet, but that would make a great outfit for a cookout. All right, so that is my mini haul. I actually have some beautiful things on order from Fabric Mart that I'm excited to get, as well as and also a piece of Toy Story fabric that I found at Hobby Lobby that should be delivered soon. So I've got some work to do. My little grandson's birthday is June 15th, and he is obsessed with Toy Story, and probably will be even more after the new movie comes out. So I plan to make him a little like Hawaiian type shirt, little button-up shirt to wear over some little blue jeans that I'll show you. One second. So last year at Christmas time, I was making blue jeans for my grandsons, and I had this big piece of denim, and I was cutting really fast. And this was like the day before Christmas Eve. And so I took EJ's, is my grandson who's going to turn 4. I did the fly perfectly, the top stitching, everything. I went to do the side seams, and look. Apparently the fabric where it was folded didn't have enough underneath this leg. So I threw this piece in a drawer. I have enough of the denim left. I threw the piece in a drawer and decided I would make them into shorts if they would still fit him on his birthday. So he is still a 3T. So I'm going to go ahead and make the back of these and make them into shorts. So yeah, so you're never too experienced to make a mistake. It's kind of funny. I did end up just making another pair, but yeah, I thought I was even gloating really about how great that fly turned out. And then I went to do the side seams, and I was like, wait a minute, why won't this pin together? And then I realized this leg was way shorter. So that's not my brightest moment. Anyway, so that's what I have planned. A little pair of shorts and a Toy Story shirt and a Toy Story backpack. That's what he's getting for his birthday. So I'll share those as I get them done. His birthday's in June 15th, so I've got a few weeks to get that done. So the other thing I wanted to do today was just talk a little bit about why I love the sewing community. And I thought maybe I'd hashtag this sewing love. If you see below, sewing love, hashtag sewing love. So if you want to put the reasons you love the sewing community and tag it sewing love, maybe we can kind of get around, see how much we appreciate each other that way. So I'll be watching for that hashtag. I'll be following it to see what you have to say, or you can just share below how the sewing community online has blessed you. So what I love about the online sewing community, I came up with 10 reasons that I love it so much. One is I love that there are other people who get excited about a new pattern or welt pockets or perfect fitting pants. I mean, who else gets excited about that? I'll say to my husband, look at how these fit, and he'll just look at me like I'm crazy, right? Because they're pants. To him, they don't. So, I mean, it's the kind of thing is if you don't sew, you just notice it when something doesn't look good. You don't notice when it's, not right. So that's one of the things I really love, is that there's people who like what I like and understand quality in what we do. Second thing is, I love that I can learn new things. I've been sewing a long time, but every day I pick up new things or new ways to do old things. There's just so much information out there. I don't think we'll ever exhaust it all, because everybody's always coming up with another way to do something. And then you might take that way and adapt it into something else, and come up with your own way to share. And that's what's so cool, is that no matter how long you've been sewing, no matter how much you think you know, there's always something to learn out there. And it's all free. I guess I ignored the obvious thing, is that the online community, participating in it, is 100% completely free. So, number 3, I believe that I have a personal belief in creativity. I've done some studies about creativity because we have a very creative family, and I wanted to understand it and how it fits into God's big picture. And what I have understood is that not only were we created in the image of a creative God, but that our creativity fuels other creativity. So I love that when I look at something you made, my gears start whirling about how I might make that, or there's a small idea that can be adapted into something completely different, but it just, creativity spurs on creativity. And so if you want to know how to be more creative, just surround yourself with a lot of creativity. Number 4, I love that I can always have something to occupy my time if I'm sitting at the doctor's office or waiting somewhere. There's always a post waiting for me to read on Feedly, or a video to watch, provided I have headphones. There's always something that you can occupy time with. And I know that's a little thing, but I go to a doctor where that quite often you have to wait 40 minutes to see him. I love him, but you do have to wait a long time. So when I always have something to read, something available to me on my phone, no matter where I am. I also love the obvious respect that people have in the sewing community, not only for each other, but for each other's lives. I feel like there's a concerted effort to appreciate people for who they are. And I definitely, that is such a plus, because that does not happen in every online group, if you know what I mean. I love also, this is number 5, that I can search Instagram for a pattern and see real people wearing that garment. And even people that I think are perhaps shaped like me, have the same body issues as me. I can see that pattern on someone else, a real person, and not the model that they chose. Now, the companies are getting much, much better about showing older models and about showing plus size models, but still, there's nothing like seeing it on a real person. So I really like that, that we can do that with Instagram. And I also love that there are a lot of places, I'm 61, there are a lot of places in this society where age is not respected, where you have less to say if you're over 50. I have found that the sewing community, age is not a barrier, either on either side of the spectrum. The youngest person can be sharing and showing the newest idea, and it can delight a 60-year-old. A 60-year-old can share something that will delight a 17-year-old. So I really feel like age is not a factor. And there's not very many places where you can go as I guess, senior citizen. I don't feel like a senior citizen, but I guess since I'm over 60, technically I am. There's not a whole lot of places you can go where age is respected, rather than it being a hurdle. So I appreciate that very much too. I also love that it makes the world smaller. I have people I call my friends in England and in Colombia and all over. I have friends all over, and I've never seen them face to face, but I know that they we have a mutual respect for what we do, and I know that the world just seems a lot smaller in the sewing community to me. Another thing I love is I've learned about online fabric stores, online courses, other things, other resources online that I never would have known had I not been a part of this wonderful community of sewists. It's just such a great place to share and learn. And then I think this is number 10, but all these things I mentioned, they all come together to make me a better person and better at what I do. And so from the bottom of my heart to all the members of the sewing community who have poured themselves into my life, whether you know it or not, I say thank you. And I only hope that whatever I do here on this channel will pour into someone else's life. The online sewing community is just a great group of people. May not agree. The thing is, we're not all the same. We all have different life choices. We all have different religions. We all have different takes on worldly events. But we have a mutual love for sewing, for fabric, for creativity, and we focus on that. And you know what? Sometimes when you do that, all those other things, all those disagreements that are so prevalent on every part of the online world right now, they all seem so small compared to just having the camaraderie of sisters and brothers who love to sew. So I just want to thank all of you for pouring in yourselves into and sharing your creativity with me, and I only hope that I can do the same. So with that, I just want to say happy Tuesday, happy sewing, and I will be back on Friday with another lesson in Friday Sewing School. Pretty soon we're going to be hitting the machine with our first project. Friday will be all about gathering the necessary information and supplies we need for that. Please join us if you haven't watched Friday Sewing School. Please feel free to go back and watch the first 3. They will be there forever and ever and ever, so you can go at your own pace. We would love to have you come along. Click the link below to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any videos. I hope that I can bless you in some way. And with that, I will just say happy sewing.